Don't mess up the mood. Yeah, I work too hard for it. No, I need to beat it before you mess up the mood. Yeah, I work too hard for it. Yeah, don't mess up the mood.
We're ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it, huh?
All right, here for it.
All right, welcome everybody. Episode what? Nando?
48.
Episode 48. Welcome again. What else do I say? I don't know. We have a beautiful, amazing guest. Do you want to introduce yourself to the people and tell them a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Totally. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. I feel like I've seen you guys
And you can breathe too. You know that, right?
all the time on
just
social,
take a
everywhere.
breath.
So I'm grateful I'm here. This is so exciting when Chava asked.
Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, awesome.
Absolutely.
Ever since I saw your page, I was like, this would be a great guest.
Oh.
And now it just finally aligned, and now you're here, and now we're gonna do this.
Now I'm officially a creative in the Reno area.
Yeah, this makes you
Is that
official.
what it takes?
You were not a creative
podcast, then you're
before,
official.
but now once you leave this room, a creative.
Okay.
You got the title.
That's the stamp. If you come here, then you're a creative.
Exciting. Oh my gosh, so excited to receive my stamp today from the two professionals.
Stop it. You're the one that's
Excuse me, you're
killing
a
it. Can you
professional
teach
too.
me your ways?
Teach
Please.
me your ways. We all learn from each other.
Teach us your ways.
Yeah, you have to.
You've been
Oh,
popping off lately.
Thank you.
You
I've
have.
seen you
Thank
everywhere.
you.
Hasn't it been crazy?
It's been awesome. Yeah, it's definitely been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a journey and a half, but it's new. I have not done what I've done in 3 months ever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been exciting, but
And just
Oh,
tell the
thanks,
people,
myself.
you do photography, mainly photography, right?
Yeah.
But then, tell us a little bit about yourself.
yeah, totally. So, I'm Kalli Prendergast. I am a Reno photographer. I've been in the Reno area in and out. But my photography journey kind of started in an interesting way. Had no intention of growing a photography business. But when I played college soccer in Utah, after my soccer career was kind of ended, I picked up a camera and was like, I'll just start shooting for my friends. I had no intention of really doing anything with it aside from I loved taking pictures. Didn't want to be in front of the camera, wanted to be behind the camera. And so 3 months into just shooting with my friends was my first real serious inquiry of a wedding. And when someone asked me that, I had no vision for myself, but someone else saw my vision before I did. And then I just took off with it and started continuing. And now I have a full-blown photography business.
Yeah,
3
that's
years
kind of how
later.
it goes. What was it like to shoot that first wedding?
So they booked me a year and 3 months before their wedding. So I had
Oh, you had a lot of
yeah, I was perfect. I'll have practice. Yeah. But that wedding was really special because they were my first wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And so going to that and knowing that they trusted me, they just kept saying, we're not booking your photos. Well, they are, but they're we're booking you. It's you that we want at our day. I'm oh, okay, cool.
Have you always
Sounds good.
been bubbly and social? You're able to talk to people. Have you always been like that?
Always.
Always?
Since I
Nice.
was
I
a
feel
little
like that
kid.
carries you a long way.
Yeah, it's the main part, especially for wedding photographers.
Oh, yeah. Did you do, did you second shoot any weddings before the wedding, or were you just doing portrait stuff?
I did my second shooting of a wedding literally this season.
Oh.
So everything else has been self-taught. I've never taken a class. Everything was learned strictly by me just continuing to do and do and do.
What was your
Nice.
first wedding like, Nando?
Mine?
Ooh, that's a good
Do you
question.
remember?
I do. Shout out to Sam and Kelly, because I still remember their name.
Was it like a legit full-on wedding?
It was an all-day thing. I'm talking 8:30 in the morning to 9 p.m., I think.
Ooh,
It was
long
crazy.
day.
I second shot a wedding with Chef and Davey, though, before that. They asked me, I think, about a year ahead of time, too. And this was only 4 months after I started shooting. And I'm like, dude, I have no experience. I barely was starting portraits at that point. I had posted maybe 5 portrait shoots by then. And they
Wow.
were like, can you do our wedding? And I was like, whoa, what? And I was like, yeah, sure. Because they told me the day. I was like you. I have a year to kind of learn the ropes, So then I went with Davey and Chef to second shoot, and I learned a lot that day, so I felt pretty confident going into it. I'm like, oh, I think I know what I have to get and all that. And then I mean, yeah, the day came and it was a long day. It was really nerve wracking. I was hella nervous.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I can't mess this up. This is a wedding. And
Just
I mean, I
looking
was
to
like
shut it
that for the
nonstop.
first couple. I think I was nervous for the first 4 to 5 weddings I ever did, and then after that I was like, I'm good.
Dude, I still
Like,
get
you
nervous.
just-
I still get
sometimes.
nervous.
I get nervous
I don't
all the time.
I feel like I just get excited now. I don't really like feel the nerves anymore, unless like the day starts to slowly kind of go downhill. I'm like, oh crap. But for the
Yeah.
most part, they always go really well. So I'm
I
like,
just don't want to miss a thing.
yeah.
That's I think where the nerves come
I think
from.
there was one where I did miss something pretty important and I felt really bad. I was like, crap. And ever since then, it's like mental notes when I get there of like, make sure you get this, make sure you get that, make sure you get that. And then
Have you ever created like a checklist?
I do. I usually
You
have
do?
one
Really?
in my notes. Yeah.
I have
Or
one
like I'll ask
in my head.
clients. I'll have clients like,
Same.
yeah.
It's all here.
And then
No, yeah.
once I need it, it disappears.
I mean, yeah, like I have it in my notes just in case I kind of forget. But yeah, for the most part, I have a mental note, or I'll ask clients to send me one if they have one. Like they'll usually make their own checklist and be like, hey,
You wrote
these are the
this.
main things. And they always ask you for the standard things that you get. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they're very like specific and picky, and they're like, I want a shot from this angle with this person. And I'm
Ooh.
like, okay. I'm like, I'll do my best to get that.
Interesting.
Yeah, it can be like either or. Like I did a wedding this year where their shot list was like extremely specific, and I was like, damn. Okay, but I mean, I managed to do it. I was literally just going one by one, and you know, they would be like, I want a picture like this with my aunt and uncle, and I need these cousins, and I need this, and I'm like, okay, like that's cool. We
Yeah,
can do
I don't
that.
really care, honestly. But yeah, anyway, let's continue with you. You kind of just went on a ramble there.
Yeah, my bad.
No, we
You're
all
fine.
did. When did you start? Like, how long ago was this that you started taking photos?
January of 2018.
2018. So you've been doing it for almost 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the year that you kind of just
Every
blew
year, it
up?
was like every year up until this year was just kind of photos here and there. I would do some seniors, I would do some grad shots, I would do like little bits. And then this year, I really invested in myself and invested in a business coach, invested in a life coach.
Nice.
And then that was when I really started, like once I saw the pace pick up, I was like, all right, I just got to go all in. And definitely went all in.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Were you doing this full time the whole time, or like what was the whole thing?
No, I've done multiple things. I've done seriously so many things. I was a graphic designer for a textbook at one point, and then I stepped into health coaching, and then studied integrative nutrition, and then I stepped into mentoring, and then photography was just, this season was full-time photography. But I still do run a wellness mentoring business, and then I also do online sales, and I have my photography business.
Damn, you're killing it.
She's got a little
She's going
triangle.
for
Dude.
She's just
Yeah, I mean, good for
hustling.
you. That's awesome.
Yeah,
3 at
seriously.
once. I'm a big believer that it's like good to have at least 2 sources of income rather than just one. So
Totally.
that's good that you have 2 other ones just in case, you know.
Yeah, well, we all know
Smart.
photography has seasons. And
Yeah.
ebbs and flows, and so it's nice to, like, I'm a busybody. I love to do. I love humans. I love people, and all my businesses are human interaction.
That's good.
And
That's
that's
cool.
my favorite thing.
Yeah, photography can get pretty crazy at times, and then it slows down. So it gives you little breaks here and there.
I think we all can appreciate these like past 3 months.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's been crazy.
Oh yeah, I'm
been a
ready
lot.
for a little bit of a break.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
January
Me
is
too.
looking like my month to just chill out for like
Yes.
the whole month and not do so much, which I'm trying to keep it that way. Like I'm.
I
not
was
gonna let
planning
people
to
bug
not
out.
overwork myself in December, and I feel like that's going. That's going to
Yeah,
shit
mine.
already.
Remember, I would tell you, I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, December, let's go do all this, and then I think now we're both like,
And that's kind of
oh.
how it goes. Like sometimes I'm like, man, if I'm not really strict with myself,
Yeah.
and with days off and like not overbooking, then I just need to get it together.
I mean, I still
'cause-
took the last 2 weeks of this month completely off, so
Oh, how did that feel?
it's great. I mean, I'm excited for those 2 weeks to come during Christmas, New Year's, where I just not have anything.
Nice.
The only thing I'm gonna do is like collaborative stuff that I want to do with people more for like myself for like those 2 weeks, and then after that in January, just take it easy all month, and then after February, grind it out until like the summer.
Yep.
And then just recycle. I kind of trips me out that you just recycle each thing every year. You know, it's like, oh, grad season, wedding season, fall season, winter pictures, break time. Oh, grad season. You just go back to it.
Do you ever feel like you get bored of it after a while?
No.
Not really?
No. I just love people. Like, people are just the most fascinating thing to me. And so I feel like I never get bored because I'm always so interested in people's lives and just who they are. Like, that's been the coolest thing. And I just keep going. Well, I mean, also, too, like, you're talking about, like, the recycling of having, like, each season. This is, like, my first year of, like, full-fledged business. And so I'm, like, not even used to the recycling of what
it takes you a
happens
couple
year to year.
years. I mean, for me, after, like, the 4th year, I was like, oh, it kind of just repeats itself every year, you know? But at first, you're just like, oh, dude, like, okay, it's busy now, and then it might slow down, and then it picks up again. It goes back and forth. But I agree. I don't think it gets boring for the people aspect.
Yeah.
Like, I think if I wasn't a portrait photographer, I might get a little bored. But with people, it's like you meet a new person all the time.
That thought goes through my mind sometimes. Like, am I gonna get bored of this, you know? But I haven't, so good.
I was about to say, I'm like, you trying to tell us
I
something?
haven't.
I'm like, are you
It's going
saying
through
you're
your mind.
bored?
Yeah.
I'm like, are you
If
going through
goes
it?
through your mind.
No. It's just, I'm like, what if I get bored of it, you know? Like, what am I gonna do?
Then you pivot. Then you just figure something out that's
Yeah.
next, and you find what brings you joy.
Yeah, like, what if one day I have a family and then I don't have as much time, and like,
What if?
You
What if?
just adjust.
what
though.
if?
I feel like you.
The only
you
thing
adjust.
though, and I don't know if this happens to you guys, the weekends, sometimes I wish I could just not
But you
work on the
could
weekend. You know?
take at least one
I
weekend
could,
off.
but then I'm not gonna have food on my plate.
If you take one weekend off, you're gonna be broke.
Or no,
That's
like
cap.
I'll
like
feed
every
you.
weekend, you know, like every
I'll cook
weekend.
for you.
Every weekend will be kind of nice.
I already told you my plan for the next year, where like each month I'm taking at least one Saturday and one Sunday off. So like 2 weekend days off,
Yeah.
or
Set some boundaries.
just one complete weekend off. So both Saturday and Sunday once a month. And I think that's enough for you to like still have some time to do other things that aren't shooting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But during like busy season like grads, it's like whatever, I'll just hammer it out for 2-3 months and then like go back to the, you know, couple weekends off. Or like take the Sunday after a wedding off every weekend. So that way you just don't, you know, like remember those days where we would do a wedding and the next day we'd have like 7 shoots and we're both like, oh my God, I want to kill myself.
That was last weekend.
You said you have a
Yeah.
business coach?
Yeah, I do.
You have one. And can you tell us a little bit about that? Like, does he or she tell you about days off and like how to manage your business and all that?
Yeah, she kind of started with me on just one was pricing. I really, even like when I started, I had no idea how to price myself. And I feel like it was really hard just
That's
in
a
general,
struggle.
knowing
It
like
is.
what your worth is.
yeah.
And so she does a lot of pricing with me. And then we walked through marketing, we walked through sales, we walked through also having your schedule ahead of time, which I've never done. I think that this season really benefited with that, like putting all my dates out ahead of time and then being able to like know when I have days off, which were very minimal. But yeah, so she kind of walks through your whole business in whole, but also focuses on your life. So it's like you're not just all business. It's like, okay, what else is going on? Like something's going on that's slowing you down. So let's figure out what it is. And so it's a really well-rounded approach to not just specific business.
Nice. I should look into that, no?
Yeah. I feel like me and him kind of get overwhelmed sometimes. So that might be a good thing to have.
Especially this guy right here.
Oh, he's the worst. Yeah. He just, I don't know, man. Allow yourself some days off, Chava. Come on.
When you're overwhelmed.
Well, sorry, I cut you off.
Go ahead.
The thing with me is I overwhelm myself and then I start getting like sad and shit, you know, like I get all in my feelings and shit.
Sad boy hours.
Starts playing Drake.
Yeah, sad boy. Marvin's room.
Drop the Drake. Yeah.
And I start acting up, man, for real.
I mean, I get it because it can be a lot, you know, especially when like every single weekend you're filled all day, and then during the week you're like editing and still shooting and doing everything else, and then your family's like, oh, we should do this, and you're like, well, I can't because I'm like backed up. Or your friends are like, oh, let's go here. Oh no, I can't. And then I feel like what you're saying, where your coach tells you, where it's like find a balance in between of like not just business. That's how I'm trying to go into this new year, and I hope he like takes notes and does it too, because I've seen it happen. He'll get down on himself a lot, and I'm like, dude, just take it easy a little bit, man.
You're awesome.
I'm like, one weekend off a month, bro, is not gonna make you broke. Relax. I know how much you make.
Yeah, he's got all the ins.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I know how much he makes, guys. I run his pockets. He knows. I'm like, I know you're fine, bro. I know that you're fine if you close yourself off one Saturday and one Sunday. Stop being a head ass. Like, just take time off.
But it's like the beautiful thing. It's like we work so hard for other people. You also have to like show up for yourself. Like you are the reason your business is doing so good in every avenue of whatever it is. So take time for you.
Yeah, you too.
We're just going to have a therapy session with Chava today.
Yeah.
That's what this episode is.
All right, Chava.
Right?
Be like, hey, my man, let us tell you something.
I feel like this is my place where I kind of just
he lets it
let
out.
things out.
He vents it. Yeah. I agree.
Which I think is fine.
Right? I mean, yeah.
It's fine.
It's
It's fine
your
to be sad.
podcast.
Yeah,
Exactly.
My
Like-
podcast, bitch.
You're like, this is my house. Like, all this shit.
It's mine.
He's like, I put it all here.
When you hit sad boy hours, do you come in the podcast and just like hope you're talking to people?
Yeah.
Right.
He'll be feeling down and he comes in here and he's like, I brought all this shit here. I'm not sad anymore. Snaps
all
out of it
me.
real quick.
I'm just fine. This is both of us people.
I mean, yeah, but it's your space, so I give you your credit. You know what I'm saying?
How kind.
You
This is your
gotta,
first
you know.
podcast ever?
It's my first podcast ever.
We're honored
Yeah,
to have you.
I'm
here.
honored.
for real.
We're honored.
Oh,
You're
thank
killing it.
Thank you. Thank
No,
you.
but for real though,
No, you
like,
really
let's
are.
talk about it, because what the hell?
Yeah, like I feel like I heard about you a couple months ago and like saw your stuff a lot, but then like recently I'm like, damn, she's like everywhere, dude. Like
Yeah.
you really just been, I mean, killing it is like a simple
That's
way
it.
of saying it, honestly. Like you just been very busy, and I see you like really active on social media and like just doing all these things. I'm like, good for you, man. I'm glad you're thriving out here. So
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
still super busy, huh?
Yeah, very busy. It's like a 14 shoot weekends, like every weekend.
yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
I don't think people understand how
Yeah.
much that is in one weekend. That's a lot of shooting, dude.
Especially now, because you have to, the sun goes down at 5.
Right. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
You have
adjusting
to
to that.
pack
just
everything.
put everything in that short amount of time.
Yep.
And it's just, oh my God.
Yep, the time frame.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you. It's
What are some of the things that you
exciting.
kind of did for marketing? Like, did you ever even like do giveaways, or you do a lot of mini shoots, don't you?
I did mini shoots 2 years ago, and it seemed like my people really loved doing mini shoots, and then I didn't do them last year. And then this year I was like, I'll just do them again. And oh my gosh, yeah, that was only in November. I feel like what really like catapulted me this season was word of mouth, like so powerful. It was just all of a sudden everyone was just coming back, and it was like, we heard from you from this person and then this person, and I'm so grateful for like each person that's just like passed on my name. And I've like kind of changed my photo shoots from being just like a photo shoot to like an experience, because being in like mentoring and being in health, it's like you hear things during a shoot and then people are like, man, I just told you my whole life story. I'm like, I'm here for it. Like I'm here for hearing all the things. I love like being able to like drop, like almost like be their mentor, but also like being able to just like find them in their authentic state when people just have that trust. And I've just been able to unlock a lot of trust within people, and it's led me to so many more people. And it was literally that this season. I really wasn't too much on social media. Still, like we were talking about this, like my posting, it's like I have so many good photos that it's like hard to post just one, and then I don't post anything at all. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I could have got that one out. And so it's been like my other clients that'll talk about it, and they post their photos, and then that's just continued and continued and keeps going.
Word of mouth is huge.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
So powerful.
And being able to talk to people like that, I wish I could talk to people like that. I'm more of like a straightforward, you know. We talk a little bit, we kind of make it fun, but like not even when we had that conversation, that you know, we stayed talking for like 30 minutes. I just felt, and I was like, oh, that was great. Yeah, I really was like, damn, that felt awesome, you know. So
You
yeah,
had to
people feel
peel
good.
Chava a layer at a time. You know what I mean?
So I got you to actually talk for an extended amount of time.
Oh yeah,
That's an
Special.
accomplishment. He doesn't do that with everyone. He barely
Mission
talks to me.
accomplished.
I know.
Just kidding. No, he talks
I can
to
be
me.
kind of quiet sometimes, but I'll open up to you eventually. You know.
Have you guys
I
ever?
got him now. I got him on lock. It's all good.
That's really pain.
Anyways, go on.
You guys ever had an aura read? Or like
An
had,
aura
like-
read?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
Or like heard
Can you
about
explain
that?
to me what that is?
Like the aura you have around you.
Oh no.
I've heard of
never.
it, but I've never
So
done
cool.
Where do you even do that?
I couldn't give you a recommendation on where to go. The girl that came into Reno, she like travels the world and reads people's auras.
And you get it done?
Yeah, it was like my life I feel like is a movie 95% of the time. It was like one bad instance led to me. I was like, I'm just going to go to a rock shop. I just need to be in a different energy. Like the situation wasn't good. I like left there, walked into the rock shop and ended up meeting a really awesome person. And he's like, you've got to come in here they call it aura photography. So they like take a picture of you and then they literally read the aura that shows up through.
Through the photo?
Yes.
What?
Is it
It's
like a regular
epic.
photo or like a special?
It's kind of a special photo. It's a special certain, I don't even know what it was. I was so enveloped in just like being in the moment and not like typically Kalli is asking questions everywhere. Like, what is this? What is this? How'd you do this? And I was like, just be here. And it was epic. And so I feel like once I had my aura read and the girl was like, you and people, you and children. And she just went on and on about like the energy that you can like single-handedly bring into a room. And I'm like, wow, like leads me into like everywhere in my life, photography especially. Like when I just can walk into a room and bring people to actually talk or have a conversation, it's like, oh, mission accomplished.
That's interesting. What do you think you would get, Nando?
I don't know, man. I mean,
You would get fucking...
Don't say something dumb. Don't say something dumb. What are you gonna say?
I can't come up with anything.
I know he was gonna say some
tried.
clown shit already.
You knew him too. He's got
The
your
minute I
really
saw
on
his
lock.
little look, I'm like, he's gonna say something stupid. I just know he
I
is.
choked.
No, I've never done that, but I think when I'm shooting with people, they often tell me what I radiate, if that makes sense, you know? Like I have that happen. I think it's like a really nice compliment for people to give you, or like a nice thing for them to say. But like, I mean, the most recent one was literally like 2 weeks ago, and I was doing some grad photos for someone, and we were maybe 15 minutes into the shoot, and she's like, I just want to let you know that like your vibe and just the way you are and the way you talk is so like comforting, and you're just like, I don't know. She's like, I just really enjoy like talking and being around you. I'm like, wow, thanks. That's really nice. I'm like, that's like one of the nicest things I've ever heard anyone tell me. Like, are you kidding? And then like same thing with other clients. Like you finish the shoot and they're like, that was like such a nice experience. Like, thank you for being so like understanding and doing that and this and that. So I'm like,
The one thing
I
I
don't
can
know.
the one thing I can say about him when he's out shooting, he's very calm, dude. Like the other day when we were running out of light, you know,
oh,
we were
I
down
wasn't
like it was
panicking.
windy as fuck. I know if I was in his shoes, because he was kind of like leading everything, you know, I would be like, let's go here and let's do this, and I would be like very hyped up, you know, and he was very calm and very like,
Oh yeah,
oh, just go here and then do this, like super chill.
yeah.
And I was
That's,
like, well, I could never.
that's kind of like people would tell me too, that like you're just like soft spoken and just kind of make me feel comfortable about doing whatever it is. Like just kind of tell me what to do and I'll do it. 'Cause
Yeah, it doesn't feel high pressure, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, to me that's great, because that's what I want people to feel when
Yeah.
we go shoot. So
Totally.
I think I'm like, it's pretty cool that people say it often. So.
What are you like when you're shooting?
Are you
I'm
like
talking
super
like
hyperactive? Yeah, you're more like
high energy, like.
So high energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
It's interesting.
think I get hyped sometimes though. Like, you know, when you get a cool picture and you're like,
Sometimes.
oh my god,
That's me, like, every single photo.
Oh.
Every single photo. I just get so excited. I just can't even contain it. It's like, also, I'll, like, take a picture. I'm like, oh, my gosh. And then I'm, like, running to the client, like, look in the lens.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have to see this. And then they, like, feel even more hyped. And then they're excited. And then you, like, just feed the energy.
Uh-huh.
See, I
That's
think
the other thing, dude. Like, I see photographers all the time, like at Rancho, you know, when you're out there and you see all kinds of photographers there. And some of them are just so quiet all the time. I'm like, dude, say something. Like, just talk.
Yeah.
Talk to your client, you know? That's huge, dude.
I think for me, it's like I'll talk to you for the entire hour for sure.
Yep.
But then, like he said, I try to calmly, like, direct people so they're not, like, nervous. But then I do get, like, the picture where I'm like, you guys got to see this. And then they get so excited. And then, you know, it happens every shoot. But, like, I kind of try to do all three in one. But definitely talk to people the entire time. Like, you don't want to make them feel awkward there for an hour. Like, I can't imagine as a client going to a shoot and then my photographer is just quiet for an hour
so quiet,
straight.
so
Like,
serious.
be like, yeah, I don't want to be here low key.
Right.
Like, this is awkward, man.
Like, I can't just want this to be over, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, can you take my pictures?
I would love to.
Can you take mine too?
I would love to.
You want to do a best?
We both look at you. You want to do a bestie shoot or what? I'm hella down. We can match and everything.
That'd be hilarious.
Matching flannels, a little cute,
It's
like
not like we're not
a little
always
Christmas card
matching.
Everybody
photo.
always gives us crap about matching. Now we're gonna do it on purpose and do like a full-on shoot.
The best thing was Chava going to Rancho and the girl thinking that I was Chava.
Oh really?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Oh my gosh, such a great story. I'm like sitting on the ground and I just have my camera next to me and she like comes around the corner. She's like, "Are you Chava?" I was like, "No, are you getting pictures done by him though?" She's just like, "Yeah." I'm like, "It's a guy and he'll probably be coming in a t-shirt and black pants."
And that's how you wear that.
That's how you wear.
I was black pants, but I mean, she kind of got it right. So
Dude, that's the classic
hilarious.
Chavo fit.
That is
T-shirt,
so funny, dude.
blue jeans.
Because I
or
wasn't
black.
talking to her, you know. I was talking to her daughter, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll be there 3:30," you know. And I showed up, I think 3:30, like on the spot, on the dot, and then I see this lady like looking, and I'm like, "Hi," you know. And then she told me, "Oh, that one girl told me that you were gonna come in like some white shirt and then black pants." I was like, "Well, look at me."
Well, look at what I'm wearing.
Did you think that I knew that girl?
I did, yes, I
So you're
did.
like, did
And
you?
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because she was talking to this lady, like, they knew each other from years and years ago. And I was like, wait, like, I kind of was, do you guys know each other like that? And then, nope, just met. You got power, girl.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
powerful.
Like, you're powerful.
Yeah,
I
you're
hear.
powerful. Like, not, if I would be scared of somebody, someone that can pursue people, so that's you.
So don't mess with Kelly is what you're
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, I'm getting that energy from Kelly real quick. I'm like, I'm just
Right.
intimidated right now.
Just don't look at her.
And I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Don't look at her in the eyes.
Yeah,
because
don't make eye contact with her. I just look at you
Yeah.
the whole time.
She's just
So
gonna be
Kelly,
so
like, what's been
charismatic
your
and,
favorite
charming.
subject to shoot?
And like, no matter, she's gonna get you to do anything she wants because she's just, you know, she's got
Yeah,
that look,
they
she's got
approach
that
her after the
charisma.
shoot. So can I tip you? No, you're tipping me. Oh, okay. Why are you asking? Yes, you're doing
You don't
it. Oh, my
ask.
No.
bad.
She's more of like, her clients are like, "Can we tip you $500?"
She's like, sure. Not even phased. She's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. No
This is
interest. They're
such-
just like,
such an
oh,
amazing
is that
day.
too little? Let's make it 1,000. Okay, that's a little better. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I mean, if
you
I had
guys.
that power, man, I wouldn't
power,
be
man.
mad. You think I'd be mad if someone's like, "I'll tip you 500?"
No, but
Okay.
I mean, I'm joking, but I'm also serious because, dude, you ever talk to teenagers these days and realize that they have no personality? Well, you know, some of them do, but like most of them.
Childish throwing shots out here.
No, seriously. Even I don't think she listens. My niece, dude.
How old is your niece?
She's 15. And you talk to her and she doesn't give you responses back, and she's like looking down on the ground and like, you know. I'm like, dude, that's so sad because your personality is gonna get you so far in life. So far in life, no matter what you do.
I low-key feel like that was my brother for a while because he's 15, almost 16. but his personality started shining more this year. But before that, yeah, he was.
Or maybe
like
they're
that.
going through like a little phase or
I
something.
mean, they're teenagers.
Not sure, but like sometimes I do quinceañeras and stuff. I'm like, guys, just gonna like.
Oh yeah, I've dealt
You
with
know
that
what I
at
mean?
quinces where the girl that you're shooting is she's just kind of like, like she doesn't really talk to you or she
It's
doesn't
just
really show
sad.
interest, and I'm like, dude, I'm photographing like a once in a lifetime thing for you. You should, communicate with me a little more. But no, I agree. I think it's a thing.
She's got two
Phones, one for the plug. Is that the burner phone, Kelly?
Oh gosh. Oh, call me out. Oh goodness.
That's the we're exposing out here, the burner phone.
What I was gonna say about the personality thing is, I think a lot of that has to do with cell phones and social media.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
big time. It has to do everything with that. People don't interact anymore. And you know how you're always like, oh, I wasn't like that, but I seriously think I wasn't like that when I was 15.
I didn't even have a phone until I was like 17.
I was forced
Yeah.
to talk to people. Like back in my hometown, my dad would be like, let's go say hi to this person. We're
And just go
going.
talk to them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna
Yeah.
go and talk to them,
Yeah.
That's how I grew up too, yeah. Exactly.
I was that like 4-year-old kid that was like, well, I used to swim. I played 3 sports my whole life. I was a swimmer, basketball player, and soccer player. And like I was always the person running to the parents and talking to the parents, even when I was like super little. And I just always wanted to like talk to people, anyone. I feel like the parents were like the most talkative, and I feel like my personality was like gained really young.
Yeah.
And granted, didn't have a phone till I think I was 13. 13 probably? No, 12. Yeah.
Yeah. But even then, we had phones, but it was different.
Yeah, well, there wasn't all this social media around
Yeah.
either. Yeah, and MySpace.
It wasn't
I remember
us.
MySpace.
Too young
You
for
know?
that one.
We
Oh.
had to go sit down in your
See, us
computer.
old heads. Wait, how old are you?
Right?
22.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Did you use MySpace back in the day? You never did?
I think
Oh,
MySpace
yeah,
was
she-
gone by the time Kelly was like 14, 15.
So she's young and
I mean, here, put it
She
this
don't
way.
even
The
know what
last
we're
time,
talking
the
about,
last
bro.
time I used MySpace is when I was like 16. So that means you were like 11. So that makes sense why you did it.
Yeah.
Nah, fool. Nah.
I stopped using MySpace at 16, and then
You stopped using it at 16?
yeah, and then Facebook came along, and that's
Oh,
when I
yeah.
started using Facebook.
Because MySpace was kind of like when we were like 12, 13.
Yeah, I used MySpace from like 13 to 16ish, and then Facebook came along, and I used that for a
Game
while,
changer.
and then it got really dumb. And then Instagram I started using when I was like 19, 20.
You ever used Messenger?
Yeah.
Messenger was dope.
Yeah, Messenger was pretty dope.
So you're talking to some old dudes here.
I know. I mean, we're not that old, bro. We're only 27.
You're really not that old.
We're in the
But no, you
prime
see,
of our
yeah,
years.
but it was different.
It was, yeah. There just wasn't so much, now there's like Twitter,
Yeah.
Instagram, like
Now there's a
everything
lot.
else.
And even
Snapchat.
with me, like I said, I can be kind of shy and quiet sometimes. And I did photography forever, dude. I've been doing this for almost 7 years, 6, 7 years.
We've been shooting around the same time.
Yeah. And,
amazing.
a couple years back, 3, 4 years back. Sorry, damn.
You good?
I don't know.
Damn, son.
I might be dying.
Drink some water. Have you ate?
No.
No, I'm
I
knowing
haven't.
Chava. He
Yeah, I was
definitely
about
has
to
not
say.
ate. Yeah.
I'm like,
Anyway.
he probably hasn't eaten anything.
Anyway, dude, 3, 4 years ago, I started going to the gym and like trying to like improve myself, better myself. And with that came like, oh, you gotta be able to talk to people. You gotta like force yourself to talk to people, and then that's kind of how I started. And then
So cool.
once the whole personality thing kind of developed more, that's when my photography business grew too. So it's like it's all connected, man.
Mm-hmm. I
Talk to
agree.
people.
I'm the same way. I think when I started to be myself more and not be reserved is when I all of a sudden picked up a bunch of clientele. And for me, that was like late 2018 is when I like
Kalli's like can't
started
relate.
getting out there.
I just
She's like, I've been killing it from
Yeah.
the get-go. What you mean? People
She's
were
like-
coming up to me to talk to me. Okay. She's like, people were making lines to talk to me and see my personality.
yeah, she's like I don't
My
know what you guys
personality's
are
been out
talking
since I
about.
was 4 years old.
She's like you can't talk to people. You couldn't talk to people.
She's like, what are you, not a human? You can't just use words to connect with people? What's wrong with you? She's gonna hate us,
no, it's a
bro.
blessing. It's a blessing for real.
No, yeah, not everyone is, I think, as easy to talk to people as you are. And even here, I hadn't really ever spoken to you, but you're just very, like, I can just tell her whatever and tell you all my
She's being a
deepest,
little
darkest
quiet
I'm here
today,
for
though.
him.
I'm here for them.
She's being a little quiet today, though. I know that.
She was
She's way more
nervous.
crazy
I
than
was
she's
nervous. I saw it
out
nervous
in
when I was
the
walking
field.
up. I'm like, I'm really nervous.
Well, now you're good. I
No,
mean,
you've been doing great. Don't worry.
you
So
still
now that
nervous
you-
right now?
Are you still nervous? She is.
I think I'm
She
still
is.
nervous.
I
Yeah,
can
look at
sense
her.
it, bro. She is. She's over there like,
Like, should I just...
here you go. Do the casual lean, and then that way you'll know you're
Yeah,
good.
pick yourself up, girl. Come on.
Oh my gosh. It's nerve wracking. You're like, I was talking to my sister. She's like, Kalli, you talk all the time on Instagram. I'm like, but it's different. I'm like, it's just different.
With those videos you make, you have to redo them or do them one take?
When I like talk on my stories,
Yeah.
I usually redo them because that 4-second thing, I talk way too much. And then I like cut myself off. I'm like, I need to finish it. Then I'll like do it again and then do it again and then do it again.
I suck at doing those.
Right?
I can't.
Very few times I do them, I do them
I
like 10
stutter,
times.
and then I don't look at the camera, and then I look away, and I'm like, I just look dumb. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
post that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm
Need to
just
get
so
better at
natural at that. I just love I love talking to a screen. Like that for me is like second nature. I can just pop up my phone and start talking so fast.
So fast.
It's just it like, and even when I'm bored, I'm like, let me just talk to my Instagram.
Like, let me just go say something.
Yeah.
I think that's good though, because I mean, people see your personality before they meet you too, which I think is an important thing on Instagram. Which is why you should show yourself a little more, or like just. I think people like when your stories aren't just picture related or
Yeah.
something, you know?
Yeah.
Like, or you go and meet a client and they're like, oh, I saw in your story you were like doing this. I didn't know you were into that. I'm like, oh yeah. And then you just start like
Conversation.
talking about it. Yeah. That happened to me yesterday with this couple, where the guy apparently was like huge into anime too. And I felt bad because I didn't follow him or the girl back. My bad, guys. But they had both been following me. And then when I showed up, the first thing he said, he's like, okay, I know you're like a big Demon Slayer fan. Who's your favorite character? I'm like, oh, hello.
That is awesome.
I'm like, hi, how's it going,
Nice.
dude? And then we were talking about anime for 30 minutes straight. And the girl just started like, hi, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. But he was
I'm here
comfortable because she was definitely like ready to do the shoot. And, you know, guys are always more on the fence. Like, they're like, And then I think when you just talk to them for the whole time, they're, like, super more comfortable. And then they're like, dude, that was fun. Thanks for, like, talking to me about this. And I'm like, yeah, man, I love me an anime lover. So hit me up again. He's like, I think at one point we both agreed on the same character from a show. And he was like, he's doing all our pictures from now on, by the way. Like, I don't want to go to anyone else. I was like,
From the guy. That's a win.
from the guy?
That's a
yeah,
win.
when you get that from the boyfriend,
Right.
dude.
Right.
You're locked in.
Totally.
You're locked in if he
Love
says that. So I was like, hey, man, it's good to just show what you're into.
What are you into?
Outside of the three triangle business you got going on here.
Yeah, what do you do when you're not working?
When I'm not working, what am I doing?
You don't play soccer no more?
I don't.
You don't want to?
I would love to do like pickup games and like play here and there,
Just
but
for fun.
yeah, definitely not for other things. What do I do in my spare time? My spare time, I love to just turn off and unplug and go like just full of gratitude. I'm like a huge practicer of like gratitude and just being, like be in the moment, be in existence. And so if I'm not working, I will put everything aside and just go explore something new. I chase hot springs all the time. I love road trips. Living very...
do you want to talk about it? Or no?
I mean, I can
Yeah.
say a little bit about it, but not
Why
too
don't you
much.
tell us about the van life? Because I know you did that for a while.
Yeah, I kind of bounced around. The beginning of this year was actually car life.
Car life? Mm-hmm. But weren't you in a van at some point?
Yeah, so my mom has a van.
Okay.
She has a conversion van, and so she's going to Florida. I have no family left in Reno.
Oh, snap.
All my family's gone out of here, and so yeah, it's kind of a new venture I'm going to go on, which has been happening because of this season. I really had this dream of just life on the road for a really long time, and kind of didn't know when the timing was going to be right, and then obviously you have to slow down on what you're doing in a certain location, which is Reno. Like, you have to push back clients. But yeah, I'm officially going to hit the road in the new year and life on the road.
Damn. Are you just going to go everywhere and shoot type of thing?
I'm going to kind of branch into new things, new avenues. I have a few specific brand work things that I'm going to do while being on the road. And then my goal, life on the road, is to meet people, make an impact, and add value.
That's cool.
And just go and experience
I've low-key always had a thought of doing that too. Like,
yeah, I
just
was gonna say,
driving through every single state in the U.S. and trying to like do something, or saving up enough to where even if I'm not shooting there, like I can just go see every state.
I'm about to rent my house and leave and just do that.
Can I come with or what?
Let's do it.
Bet.
Do it.
I'm so down, bro.
Just don't be on none of that gay shit that you're on all the time.
Man,
Oh my gosh.
what are you talking about?
Oh my gosh. You too.
I'm just like,
You don't want me to tell people you be saying when the cameras are off, bro. That's all I know.
I don't.
That's right. That's why the cameras are off.
No, that would be cool. When are you like officially gonna start it? Or
January,
are you keeping
she
it?
said that, dude. You're not
Like
paying
right
attention?
as soon as the year starts?
The first week. So middle of the first week in January.
Where are you going first?
A ton of backleg things I'm figuring out because I'm actually going to start a blog. That's been the biggest thing is I was for a long time was like, should I do video? And then I was like, oh, I don't know.
Are you just going to write about it basically?
I love to write. I've blogged
That's
for a
cool.
really long time, but I've never shared my blogs. It's always just been for me. I journal all the time and write all the time. But yeah, I'm going to start just a writing blog in January. And
Nice.
my first destination, I do not know. And
I
I'm
guess
gonna
we'll
kinda
find
keep
out
it
when the
that
time
way.
comes.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on her stories.
You're
It's
going
gonna be
north or
exciting.
south?
I honestly think I'm going to go east because I really want to snowboard.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Fair enough.
want to get to the mountain and start snowboarding.
Uh-huh.
But my goal is to I'm going to hit 14 states and try and do it in 4 months.
Dang.
And
That seems pretty doable, depending on where you're going, I guess.
That's
Like
big.
how far and stuff like that.
I'm going to stay kind of in the west. So it's going to be like Colorado, Wyoming is going to be really the line and goes down Texas.
Go to
too.
Yellowstone.
Absolutely.
So you can go see bison.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You're
So
gonna
you
want
want
to
to
hug
be
one of
working
the
as you go, right? Is that kind of like your goal? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I think about that all the time too, you know? Like, if I were to move somewhere else, like, how would I get clients? So what are, like, the things you're going to do
Yeah.
in order to get clients as you go?
Network, go to new places, start talking to everyone, which is like kind of really what I do. I would say my top like tips for just like creating new relationships, which really I feel like that's where your client base begins again, because they buy you before they really buy your work, or reverse. But meeting new people, creating a connection with them, and then just like funneling into like their needs. Like when you can find out like, oh my gosh, you have such an adorable family. When was the last time you did family photos? They're like, oh my gosh, I couldn't even remember. I'm like, I'm in the area for 5 days. Let's make this happen. And so it's just about like finding the nooks and crannies of when you're there, meeting people. And I just feel like it's so second nature when a lot of people ask me like how I do most of the things I do. I'm like, good question.
Yeah, like I kind of just do it.
I don't know. It just happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always kind of feel like I have this.
I think that's a really good strategy though, because yeah, like you mentioned that you're a photographer and you never know when people are like, oh, I've been wanting one, or I haven't done pictures like this in a while, and then you can just link up with them and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
or like when you're going somewhere, just announce on your story, and sometimes people know someone from there and they like, you know, tell them like, hey, this photographer
Right.
from my town is gonna be in California or Oregon or Washington or whatever, and that's how it slowly like starts out. So
Yeah. I also am really excited to start doing like location pictures, not like landscape specifically, but like places I stay. When I was in Thailand, I backpacked Thailand in 2018, and when I was there, I would take pictures of the hostels, and they wanted the photos, and then they would just let me stay there for free.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
So it's kind of one of those
Interesting.
things where you just go and do it, and people just appreciate it, love it, and you don't know what's going to come from it, but just have faith that whatever you're doing is going to work out, and it will.
Yeah,
It
well.
will.
I think that'd be cool to
I
go
wanna
to
try that one
like
day.
another country and just kind of document everyday life for people there. You know, not even like if they're paying you, it's just like, hey, this is what I see every single day, so here's pictures of it. So
Yeah,
I want to do that in like China or Japan.
totally.
Like that would
One's
be
full
like
of
my
culture.
key place. Yeah. Like just go out there and do like street photography all the time. Be like, oh look, I documented all this, or Cuba. I want to go to Cuba too. They have a lot of culture there, but
Someone's
we'll see.
got to go to El Salvador.
Huh?
You're so dumb, dude.
What? What's going on?
Go on.
What's
going on?
so much right now.
Inside joke or what?
El Salvador. She wants me to go to El Salvador.
Why don't you go over there?
It must be an inside joke. It's definitely.
No, I don't want to.
Just because of your name?
Yeah.
He's getting really red. Can you tell?
Yeah. he is.
Am I? Oh,
You don't want to go to El Salvador? Now I get it.
There.
Now I see what you're
See what you
doing
did
to him.
Not
Yeah.
really. Not really.
That's okay.
What do you got against Salvadorians, bro?
No,
There's probably
nothing,
some
dude.
that
I
are
love
watching.
Salvadorians. No, I don't want to go.
Just because it's my name, I don't want to go.
I want to go to
Where do you want to go to, actually?
Yeah,
What's
let's talk
Italy.
about
I want to go to Italy.
Italy?
Ooh.
My
Do you
mom
like
was gonna
pasta?
go.
I love pasta.
I love pasta.
I would ideally go over there just to eat, honestly.
I don't.
Is that your top? Italy?
I'm tired of this Americanized pizza and pasta.
Preach.
I want the real shit.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, that would be my top actually because my mom has been wanting to go for a long time, and she was going to in October, but she couldn't. She couldn't go. That's why she went to Colombia instead. But yeah,
That's pretty dope. I want to go to Colombia.
That's so cool.
Actually.
she was kind. It was kind of
place.
cool. She said.
What's your top destination?
Iceland.
Oh,
Oh,
preach,
yeah.
girl. I'm with you on that one.
Was your road trip partner right here?
Dude, let's go to Iceland.
Yes, let's
Bet.
do this.
I'm actually trying to like get
What's
a
the
group of
best
people
month
to
to
go
go
in
out
May.
there?
I would love to.
In May,
Oh,
yeah.
bro, you'd be.
That would be epic.
That would be so hard to
Why?
get everyone together.
Oh, I mean, if they don't go, I'm going myself. Bro.
Yeah,
I don't
cool.
need people to
I'm
go
there.
with
Sign me up.
Yeah, I'm like, I was gonna legit post something in the beginning of the year. Like, I'm trying to get like some local people to just take a big group out there, and if they don't go, I'm going by myself. I don't care.
What's
Alright,
the
we can
best
manage
month to
this.
go out there?
Let's do this.
What's the best month to go out there?
May,
May?
June, around there, because that's when like everything melted, so all the waterfalls are like super flowing, and it's not during that time where there's like permanent daylight all the time, and so you actually get sunsets in Iceland. Because in other months, like it's just bright the entire day.
Really?
Gosh.
Yeah, it doesn't
Damn,
get
that's
dark.
crazy.
And then there are other times when it's dark for super long, so you only have light for a couple hours, and it's like
Damn.
it's really weird. It's just because where it is on the planet and like the solar system and all this.
Totally.
I don't know, but from everyone who's told me, they say go April or May, or like April, May, June is like a great time if you want to go when it's not like winter. You know,
We'll make it happen, Papa.
bet.
Make
Bet.
it happen, dog.
No
You
one
make
believed
it
me when I
happen.
told them I was going to Hawaii by myself, bro, and I'm already going in like a month.
Oh,
So
you
I'm just
are?
waiting.
Huh.
Just go. Just go.
Nice.
I'm like, you think I need people to go with me somewhere?
When yes.
I do.
No.
Solo traveling.
You do?
is-
Solo traveling is
You
it,
know
man.
me, dog. I need.
Solo is a way to go. I
Friends.
feel like solo traveling is definitely something you like. You just have to go and do it, and once you do it, then you can kind of like realize
Yeah.
you're not making plans around someone else. You're
Mm-hmm.
not waiting for someone else to say yes. Like if you want to do it, you're gonna do it.
I think I started off small. I think the first time I ever went anywhere by myself was down to like Big Sur a couple years ago, and I got hooked onto just going places by myself after that. I'll
So
tell
fun.
people, but if they can't or they don't want to, I'm like, then that's fine. Like I'm still going. I just throwing out the offer because I like being around friends and stuff too. But it's like, if you're not gonna make the plans, then like, dude, I'll have a great time by myself. Trust me. Like, trust me. And sometimes, depending on who you go with, it's a little better to go by yourself because you never know. So
You like going with me to road trips?
yeah,
Am I like a
because
good
we
road
have the
trip
same
partner?
interests.
Can I come on the road trips?
Yeah.
I'm trying to do more next year
She said,
too.
"Oh my God."
We're planning one. Well, I don't know where you'll be around that, but we're all trying to go on just like a 1-day trip to San Francisco to go shoot like near the Golden Gate at sunset or something.
Epic.
January 24th. That's the date.
Drop it in my calendar.
Bet.
I'll be there.
So if you meet us there, you meet us there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
add.
yeah, for real.
I'll add it to my road trip destinations.
Yeah.
I have
And
like
then,
certain dates.
I mean, I'm really looking into
Perfect.
going to Iceland this upcoming year. That's like my top travel destination. I want to go to Washington in the spring, but I think we're all going to Oregon. So I might push Washington till like fall time.
Nice.
and just, go see Washington in
Totally.
the fall.
Yeah, we're gonna be traveling.
I'm definitely making more time next year for
Exciting.
traveling.
Yeah, I was
sure.
actually.
Yes. Do it.
I've been doing it a little more.
It's really not
with
that
you guys.
expensive when you do it ahead
It's
of time.
not.
I spent less than $1,000 for my trip that I'm going with. I'm going to Hawaii, and I barely booked all that like a month ago. So I did it like 2 months ahead of time, and it cost me under $1,000 for an Airbnb, for a car rental, for my flight. Then you just take money for food, whatever else you want to do. But like, it's easily like a $1,300 and under trip for like 6 days.
Right.
And people think Hawaii is like crazy expensive. Like you're going to spend $3,000. I'm like, if you go out and do every tourist thing, but I just want to go to like
So true.
eat good food and find pretty places to photograph. And that's it. So
I'm going to blow your mind real quick. I went to Thailand for 31 days and spent $890.
what?
Yeah, I heard Taiwan is super cheap.
Yeah. Actually, I have a cousin who she's gone and she says it's like extremely cheap to do
It's
so much.
amazing.
And you
And the
get to
country
stay in-
is beautiful.
Yeah.
You
The
get to
food's
stay in nice
amazing.
ass places too. Huh?
That's crazy.
I've always wanted to take like group trips, so I'm all in for this Iceland thing.
Bet.
Like all in. I have a group of friends that does that in Utah, and they just go on all these trips, and then they've like done these trips and do video and do photos for all these trips, and all of a sudden these brands are noticing, and these buildings are noticing,
Start
and
to
the
reach out.
companies, and yeah.
No, I'm super down to go in May. We'll talk.
Okay, cool.
And if you want to come, you can come. I don't know how you
May
feel.
is-
May is my birthday, so that would be like,
Dude, imagine
Ooh, Iceland for your birthday?
my boy.
oh
Oof.
yeah, let's do
That'd
it.
be a hell of a place
That
to
would
go
be
to.
such a place.
Yeah, I think if we
That'd be
get
like a
anywhere
day.
from 7 to 8 people, we're straight. That's like a really good,
Solid amount.
not too small and not too big head count.
We got 3.
Watch everyone start
We got
messaging
3.
us. Hey, I'm trying to come.
Yeah, right.
Be like,
So I
let's
heard
get
on
2
your
groups,
podcast.
man. Be like, there's a group of 8, and then there's another group of 8. Meet out in Iceland at this
Imagine.
time. No, I really want to go, man. I told myself that's like my number 1 place next year. So I'm trying to
Sweet.
make it happen.
We are gonna make it
We
happen.
are
Bet.
gonna
We'll
make
just
it
Put
At
it
least
out
for
there.
5 days,
Put it out.
5 to 6. I think 5 days, 2 for travel is like plenty because it takes days to get out there. So
And I was gonna say, even San Francisco, like a 1-day trip is cool and all, but I feel like you could do like 2 days at least.
I mean, I was working around everyone else's schedule. I'm down to go stay 3 days out there if need be, but not everyone can do
Yeah,
that, man.
it's hard.
So I wouldn't mind like an overnight stay or in the springtime. Here, I'll tell you for this one too. In the springtime, my friend in Sacramento and I, he's never gone to Big Sur in the like spring when all the like coastal flowers are blooming. So I told him we should go. But that's definitely like you need to go out there for at least 2 days. Like don't go all the way to Santa Cruz for a day trip. It's not worth it. And then if you do two to 3, like, you leave in the morning, you go have lunch, kind of like what we did, remember? And then you hit sunset. You wake up in the morning, you can either go do a sunrise or just chill and then go catch a second sunset at a second spot and then come back the next day. So if you just sleep out there 2 nights, I think that's plenty for like Big Sur. San Fran, I mean, you can go in the morning, same thing, go see the city, then hit a sunset spot, and then either just come back that night or say screw it, stay the night, hit a sunrise, and then come back. But I'm working around other people's schedule. Me, dude, I'd go out there for a couple days. We might have to
Let's do
update
it.
the plan, Chava,
Let's do it.
and just be like, we're going out there for 2 days, guys. I mean, day trips right now are doable because the sun goes down so early, so you don't come back into town super late.
Yeah. Totally.
You leave San Francisco at 5, you're here by like 9 p.m. So it's like, it's not bad. You just want to leave early though, so that you have enough time to kind of enjoy the day. Like
Totally.
leave at 6-ish.
Yeah, don't leave
Yeah.
at 9:30, right?
No, that was terrible that we left that late, but it still worked out. We still got a lot of
It was
good
fun.
pictures out
So
there.
cool.
But yeah, just for certain day trips, you have to leave. You have to be willing to find people who are down to leave at like 5:30 or 5. So, I mean, I'm always down. He's not a very big
She's
morning
down.
person though.
I'm always down.
Kelly strikes me as a girl who's like, you need me up at 3? Bet.
She
And
is
she
the kinda
gets up and she
girl
goes.
That's down for anything.
I'm a yes woman.
Down for a good time.
Iceland's going to be dope.
It's
See,
gonna
I'm
be
putting it
amazing.
into existence
Yes,
now.
exactly. You just got to give it to the universe.
I'm not
let
even
the
going to
universe
say
do it.
if. I'm going to be like, oh,
Just
when we
give
go
it
to
up.
Iceland, bro,
Yeah,
Yep.
just tell me about
When
it.
we are going to Iceland.
that's true.
All right, May.
happens.
You're hearing it here, guys. You're going to see us in
Catch
May
us
in
in
Iceland.
Iceland.
For my
We'll do a
birthday.
podcast when we come back and be like, we went to Iceland.
Dude, we'll do a podcast over there.
Yeah,
Right? Take the
seriously.
mobile setup.
Hell yeah.
That'd be
Can you imagine?
epic.
That would be so
That
sick.
would be
You don't
epic.
think
That would
this is
actually be
mobile?
hella sick. Are you kidding?
I think we're also gonna put that out there.
Yeah, let's just put that into existence too. Is to do a mobile podcast in Iceland. That'd be crazy.
It'd be
bro.
great.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's time.
Well,
Time
Kelly,
to wrap
anything
it
else
up.
you want to share with us?
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I have so many thoughts. Could say so much.
Let's just plug yourself out again. Say your Instagram.
Anything else
Everything
you
you
want to
want.
tell us?
You can find me at KallisKaptures. Same thing for everything. Captures with a K. I always love that.
Mainly Instagram, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
For the
But I
most
have
part.
don't have Twitter. I just
Yeah,
use
don't.
Instagram.
Don't go to the dark
Yeah, no,
places of the internet.
Don't go to the dark.
I would say my final thoughts are just from me and me who I am is continue to live in the present moment, because the present moment is truly called the present for a gift, and we're gifted with like each moment every single day, and be full of gratitude, because more gratitude you have, the more excited you are about your life and the more you can receive and give to other people. Love yourself, love others, and live the life that you love.
Damn.
That's a hell of an outro, man. I like that.
Mic drop. Oh my gosh.
Well, all right then.
Thank you.
That's what we got to start saying after every episode, dude.
Thank you for having me on here, you guys.
Of course, thanks
so
for coming.
excited.
It was great
Thank
to
you
have
for
you.
giving us your time.
Yeah,
I
of
appreciate you.
course. You deserve all my time.
And
Here
that's a
with us.
wrap.
Can't wait to take your pictures.
Yeah.
Best friends.
Our bestie photos.
Stay tuned for the best
You
friend
take my
photo
picture,
shoot.
I'll take your picture.
Deal.
That-
Deal. Cool.